Hello everyone, ARG back with some more Out of the Park Baseball 22. Today we are going to continue our little playthrough of the Expos in 1995. We are slowly approaching we are slowly approaching the end of the month of May, and we are second in the East, a game and a half behind the Braves. And today we are going to be playing the San Diego Padres. Padres are 2022 so far this season, so not the greatest record. They are 10.5 games behind what I suppose is the Dodgers. We can go and check, but the Dodgers have such a great team. I'm sure it's the team that's first. Oh yeah, 32-13. Alright, so yeah, we have one injury still. Jose Rosado still recovering from whatever it is, shoulder tendonitis that he has. So still recovering from that. And we lost our last game out against the Houston Astros, but we had won the first two games of that series. And we are going to be facing Anthony Mortensen for the first game. He's a lefty. He's 5-2, so by himself he has 25% of the Padres wins this season. So although the Padres are kind of struggling, Mortensen has been probably a bright spot for them with a 5-2 record. So he's been pitching pretty well. We're gonna be sending Gabe White, who during his last start he pitched 9 scoreless innings against the Astros. Against the Reds, and he was head-to-head with Roger Clemens, who also did not allow a single run in 9 innings. So yeah, that's gonna be should be a pretty interesting matchup. So 3-game series. Looks like we're slated to play against 3 lefties, so I don't know that it's going to stick like that, but yeah. Alright, so let's get going here. And let's give Charles Johnson a day off before he gets tired again. Actually, I think I'm just gonna put Kenterbeck batting 4th, even if it's against lefties. He has interesting power against lefties, so he should be able to bring it on, basically. Alright, so Russ McGinnis is going to be batting 6th. Alright, let's change that. Alright, Jeff King is going to be batting 6th. Russ McGinnis 7th. Alright, I think we're all good. The Padres are going to go with Bobby Benjamin batting 1st. A-Rod is batting 2nd, playing shortstop. Guillermo Velasquez is batting 3rd. Leo Gomez, the 3rd baseman, is going to be batting 4th. Mel Hall in right field batting 5th. John Roscoe is going to be the catcher for that game, batting 6th. Ever Magallanes is going to be batting 7th, playing 2nd base. And Thomas Howard, the center field, is going to be batting 8th. Alright, play ball and go Expos! Yay! We want a W! Alright, so Bobby Benjamin leading off here against Gabe White. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging, oh yeah. Alright, that brings up A-Rod. He's batting .299 this season, so he's young still. He's still developing. Yeah, he's 19. No count to A-Rod. And oh, that's gonna be extra bases all the way in the corner and left. That's gonna be at least a double. Yeah, stand-up double for A-Rod, so the Padres, just like that, have a runner in scoring position and only one out. And that brings up Guillermo Velasquez, 1-1 to him. Oh, he pops it. And Walt Weiss is underneath it, catches it for out number 2. So now they're going to need a base hit from Leo Gomez. 3-1, and he walks. I guess we didn't really give him anything good to swing at. And now Mel All, the lefty, 2 on, 2 outs. No count to him, and that's popped. Foul. Jeff King is there, and that's out number 3. Alright, Padres gets 2 runners in the top of the first. They cannot come around to score. Now it is going to be our turn to the plate with Delino the Shields leading off for us. Sorry. Full count to him. Oh, that's it really weakly to the catcher. And he's out at first for out number 1. John Kruk is the next batter. 1-0 to him. Oh, I think that's out of here. Yep, that's a solo blast by John Kruk. Took Anthony Martinson deep to right field. And it is 1-0 for the Expos here in the bottom of the first. 364 feet, the distance on that solo blast. And that now brings up Kirby Puckett. 1-1 to him. That's it weakly to right. Melal is there, and that's out number 2. Kenterbeck is next. 2-1 to him. Oh, I think that's another solo blast, and it is. Alright, Kenterbeck with the solo blast here. 370 feet, 6 more feet than John Kruk. It is now 2-0 for the Expos. Alright, pretty good start to the game here. We got 2 solo blasts and we're up 2-0. Ruben Rivera is next. 2-2 to him. That's it weakly to center. Thomas Howard is after it. And he gets it for out number 3. The Expos get 2 runs on 2 solo home runs. We are going into the top of the second here at Olympic Stadium. It is 2-0 for the Expos with John Roscoe's leading off the inning for the Padres. Full count to him. And he walks. Right, so a leadoff walk for the Padres. That brings up Ever Magallanes. 1-1 to him. That's it to left. Rivera after it. Gets it for out number 1. Alright, runner on first, 1 out for Thomas Howard. 2-0 to him. Oh, that's a bad pitch. That's not good. Alright, so Roscoe's gets into scoring position now with 1 out. Full count now to Thomas Howard. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. On the play, the runner gets to third base, but there's 2 outs now. So they're going to need a base hit from their pitcher, Anthony Martinson. With 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw, that's out number 3. The Padres get a runner to third base, but they are unable to score him. We are still up 2-0 going into the bottom of the second with Jeff King leading it off here. 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches, so leadoff walk for the Expos in the bottom of the second. Russ McGinnis is the next batter with a runner on first, nobody out. No count to him. Grounds it to short. Oh, and is that an error or an infield single? That's an infield single. Alright, so we have now 2 runners on, nobody out. Walt Weiss is the batter. No count to him. Okay, that's it to center. Thomas Howard after it. He gets it. And Jeff King makes it to third base on the play. So now we have runners on first and third. 1 out. Gabe White is the batter. No count. And he bunts. Alright, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. That's considered a sacrifice. Now we have 2 runners in scoring position, but there's 2 outs, so we need a base hit from Delino the Shields. 0-2 to him. and he struck out swinging. We wasted a pretty good opportunity to add to our lead here. It's still 2-0 Expos. Going into the top of the third. Bobby Benjamin leading off the top of the third, 2-2 to him. That's it to center. And that's caught by Kirby Puckett for out number 1. That brings up A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez is next, 1-0. That's another base hit for him, a single to center. So runner on first, 1 out for Guillermo Velasquez. No count to him. Oh, that's it to left. Ruben Rivera after it. I think he got it. Yeah, he did. Out number 2. Runner has to retreat to first base. Leo Gomez is next. 0-2 to him. Oh, we tried to get A-Rod at first, but with a snap throw, but he is safe. Full count now to Gomez. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first. That's the end of the inning. Another wasted base runner by the Padres. It is still 2-0 Montreal here. Going into the bottom of the third with John Kruk leading off. He's already 1 for 1. He had a solo blast in inning number 1. 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches, so another leadoff walk for the Expos. And now Kirby Puckett is next. 2-0 to him. Grounds it to second. They only get Puckett at first, so John Kruk is safe at second base. We have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. And Kent Turbeck is now the batter. 3-1 to him. And he walks. Alright, so we have 2 runners on now with only 1 out. And that brings up Ruben Rivera. Full count. And he struck out swinging. Alright, 2 outs now for Jeff King. 1-2. And that's it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. We waste another good opportunity to score some runs. And after 3 in Montreal, it is 2-0 for the Expos still. Mel All leading off the 4th for the Padres. Full count to him. Struck out swinging. That brings up John Roscoe's. Full count. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw. That's out number 2. And now Ever Magallanes is the next batter with 2 outs. 1-2. Grounds it to short. Wall twice with the throw, and that's out number 3. The Padres go down in order in inning number 4. We are going into the bottom of the 4th, still up 2-0. Russ McGinnis here leads off the bottom of the 4th for us. No count to him. That's it weakly to second base, and that's cut by Magallanes for out number 1. Wall twice is the next batter. 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Gabe White now with 2 outs. Base is empty. No count. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos also go down in order in inning number 4, going into the top of the 5th with still a 2-run lead over the Padres. Thomas Howard leads off the 5th for the Padres, 1-1 to him. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. The pitcher, Anthony Mortensen, is now the batter. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Alright. How many pitches is that? Oh, you're starting to get up there, buddy. Not a worry, but I doubt you're going the distance today. Alright, Bobby Benjamin is next. 2 outs, 1-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Padres go down in order yet again. It is still a 2-0 affair here in Montreal. Delino the Shields leading off here at the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 to him. Grounds it to short. And oh, that's a great play by A-Rod, and the Shields is out at first. Nice diving stop there. John Kruk is next with 1 out. Full count. That's another base hit for John Kruk, a single to center, so he's 2 for 2. He has a walk and a solo blast as well. Kirby Puckett now with a runner on first, 1 out. No count to him. Grounds it towards short. That's cut by A-Rod. Another diving catch and out to first. That's 2 great defensive plays by A-Rod in the same inning here. So there's 2 outs now. We have a runner in scoring position. So we need a base hit from Kenterbeck to score him. 1-0. That's it to center. Howard is there, and that's out number 3. Alright, the Expos get a runner in scoring position but fail to score him. It is still 2-0 Montreal going into the top of the 6th here at Olympic Stadium. A-Rod with 2 hits and 2 great defensive plays so far is leading off the 6th for the Padres. No count to him. That's it to left. That's deep, and I think that's out of here. It is. That's a solo blast for A-Rod. And he cuts the lead in half. It is now 2-1 Expos here in the 6th inning. Guillermo Velasquez is next. 2-2 to him. Strikeout swinging. Alright, so Gabe White bounces back with a strikeout right after the home run. Leo Gomez is next. No count. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so Gomez with the single. So the Padres have a runner on first with 1 out. And Mel Hall is now the batter. No count. That's a liner to second. That's cut by the Shields. I thought maybe it was going to be above his head. It had like kind of that angle where sometimes it's one of those base hits that are out of reach from everybody. But it was cut. So there's 2 outs. John Roscoe is the next batter. 1-2 to him. Struck out looking. Oh yeah. So we allow a run on the solo blast by A-Rod. It is 2-1 Montreal going into the bottom of the 6th. Mortensen is still on the mound for the Padres. Ruben Rivera is the batter. 2-2 to him. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Jeff King is next. 3-1 to him. Oh, he tried to bunt, but he missed. So now it's a full count. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. I'd love to get a couple more runs here to add to our lead. Russ McGinnis now. He's 1 for 2 today. 2-0. That's it really weakly. Magallanes is there and he catches it for out number 3. The Expos go down in order. The bottom of the 6th. It's still 2-1 Montreal. Alright, Magallanes leads off the top of the 7th for the Padres. 2-1. Grounds it to short. Walt Weiss with the throw, and that's out number 1. Thomas Howard now. 1-1 to him. That's going to be a base hit. All the way in the corner and left should be extra bases. And it is Thomas Howard with the double here. So the Padres get a 1-out double. Runner in scoring position with only 1 out. Dan Masteller comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-0. Grounds it to first. Urbeck takes it to the bag himself. That's out number 2 on the play. Howard makes it to third base. Tony Fernandez is now the batter with 2 outs, runner on third. And I historically, because I started this in 1991, I historically have a lot of problems getting Tony Fernandez out in this game. So that could be a pivotal at-bat here. Full count. And he walks. So he doesn't make the run score, but I didn't get him out either. Oh god, that's A-Rod now. He's 3 for 3. I think I'm gonna bring in bring in Steve Olin. That's gonna be a very short presence on the mound for him. I'm not gonna do a double switch. I know the pitcher's coming, but that's okay. Alright, A-Rod, runners on first and third, 2 outs. I'm bringing in the righty Steve Olin to face him. Full count. Oh dear God, and he walks. Bases are juiced. And now Guillermo Velasquez is the batter. 2-0. And that's a base hit. Alright. That scores 2 runs. The Padres are up 3-2 now in the top of the 7th. All that after 2 outs too. At Leo Gomez with 2 outs, 2 on. Padres are now on top 3-2 in the top of the 7th. 0-2 to him. Strikeout swinging. That's a little too late. Alright, so now we need to score some runs. So Arthur Rhodes is now on the mound for the Padres. Walt Weiss is leading off the bottom of the 7th for us, 1-1. That's, oh yeah, that's it pretty well in the corner and right. That's going to be extra bases for Weiss. Alright, so double for Walt Weiss, leadoff double. So we have a runner in scoring position to get the inning started. Charles Johnson is my best bat on the bench, so my best right-handed bat. So I know I was giving him a day off, but he's gonna come in as a pinch hitter. So runner in scoring position, nobody out. Charles Johnson comes in as a pinch hitter. He grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first. The runner does not advance. That's a wasted out. Delino De Shields is next. Runner in scoring position, still 1 out, 2-2. Grounds it to second. De Shields is thrown out at first. The runner goes to third on the play. So there's 2 outs. We need a base hit from John Kruk. He's already 2 for 2. And that was against a lefty as well. I'm going to keep him in the game. 2 outs. Runner on third. 2-0. That's it to center, but oh, it fell in front of Tom. That was weird. Alright, so that's a run scoring double by John Kruk that looked very weird, but hey, you know, we tied the game. That's what matters. So RBI double for John Kruk. There's still 2 outs. We have a runner in scoring position. Still, Kirby Puckett is now the batter. 2-0 to him. Oh, that's it. Weakly to center. That should be cut, and it is. And that's the end of the inning. We managed to tie the game. It is tied at 3 here, going into the top of the 8th here in Montreal. Pretty tight game, all in all. 6 hits on each side, 3 runs on each side. Alright, I think I'm gonna bring in Scott Bales. I'm gonna bring the lefty. I'm gonna be facing 2 lefties in that inning. Alright, Mel All leading off the top of the 8th. 1-1. That's it, Weekly to left. And Rivera is there for out number 1. John Roscoe's is next. 0-1. Grounds it to short. Walt Weiss with the throw. That's out number 2. Alright. 1 more out here, maybe. Ever Magallanes is the next batter with 2 outs. No count, sorry. Grounds it to short, and he is thrown out at first for out number 3. So perfect inning for Scott Bales. We are going into the bottom of the 8th. Arthur Rhodes is still on the mound for the Padres. Kent Turbeck is going to be facing him. Already has a solo blast today. No count. Oh, that's an error by A-Rod. So A-Rod had all of those nice defensive plays, but now he has an error in inning number 8. So we have a runner on first, nobody out. Ruben Rivera is the next batter. He's 0 for 3, but he's typically doing... Looks like he's a little bit on a skid. And he struck out looking. And Jeff King is next. Runner on first, one out, 2-1 to him. That's it to center. That's cut by Howard pretty easily. And that's out number 2. Right, Russ McGinnis is next. There's 2 outs, runner on first, 1-0. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Alright, so the third baseman Gomez eats the little dribbler. So we have 2 runners on, 2 outs, and I think I'm going to go ahead and let's go with Jody Reed as a pinch hitter for Walt Weiss. We need the runs. Should be a little bit of a better batter. 2 on, 2 outs. We're bringing in Jody Reed as a pinch hitter to face Arthur Rhodes, 3-1. And he walks. I'll take it. So the bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. And of course, I'm bringing in a pinch hitter here for the pitcher. That's going to be our friend Johnny Knott, who has a little bit of pop in his bat. Alright, bases loaded, 2 outs. Johnny Knott, the pinch hitter, full count. That's it to center, and that should be cut. And it is. That's the end of the inning. So we loaded the bases and did not score. Something tells me we're gonna pay dearly for this. Alright. So we're going into the top of the 9th. I'm gonna bring my closer because he's my best pitcher. Oh, yeah. I'm also gonna need to assign Jody Reed to shortstop. Right, Thomas Howard leading off the top of the 9th for the Padres. Tom Gordon comes in relief. 0-1. That's it to center, and it's cut by Kirby Puckett for out number 1. Dan Masteller, who remained in the game after coming in as a pinch hitter, is now the batter. No count to him. That's it to right. John Kruk goes after it. He gets it for out number 2. Right, Oscar Azokar is now the pinch hitter for the Padres with 2 outs, 1 and 2 to him. Struck out swinging. All right. We're going into the bottom of the 9th. It is walk-off territory. Scott Sanders is now on the mound for the Padres. Delino De Shields is going to greet him here in the bottom of the 9th. Full count to the Shields. And he walks. All right, we get some speed on the bases now. Leadoff walk in the bottom of the 9th. John Kruk is next. He's 3 for 3, so that's not that bad. Going toe-to-toe with A-Rod in that one. All right, runner on first, nobody out. Full count. John Kruk hits it to center. That's cut by Thomas Howard for out number 1. So the Shields retreats to first. Kirby Puckett is the next batter. 1-0. Oh, the Shields goes, and that's a stolen base. We have a runner in scoring position, and that runner has wheels. All right, so it by Kirby Puckett should score the run. Full count. That's it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. So now we need a base hit from Kent Terbeck to end the game here. 1-1 to him. That's it to right, and that should be cut there by Mel All. And it is for out number 3. We have extra innings. Going into the top of the 10th, A-Rod is the batter. I'm going to keep Tom Gordon on the mound. He only pitched 7 pitches, and he has some stamina, so he can take it. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Guillermo Velasquez is next with 1 out. No count to him. Grounds it down the line in right. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. So that's a stand-up double for Velasquez. So runner in scoring position, 1 out. That brings up Leo Gomez as the next batter. Full count. And he struck out looking. I like that. I don't like it when it's my batters, but when it's the opposition, I'm fine with it. Now Mel All with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position, 1-1. Oh, that's going to be a base hit. It falls in front of Kirby Puckett in center field. That scores a run. It is 4-3 for the Padres. In the top of the 10th, John Roscoe's is next. On the play, Mel All made it to second base. So there's a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. 1-1 to Roscoe's. That's it. And that's cut by by Jody Reed for out number 3. Alright, so we need to score or this game is over. Jeremy Hernandez comes in a save situation in the bottom of the 10th with his team up 4-3. Ruben Rivera. Hey, Jero Nallet. What's up? Alright, comeback mode enacted, hopefully. Ruben Rivera leading off the bottom of the 10th, 0-2. And that's a base hit to center. All right. Well, that's a good way to get some runs, is to get base runners. Jeff King is next. Runner on first. Nobody out. No count to him. Oh, that was a liner to the pitcher. That was cut. That's out number 1. Russ McGinnis is next. He's 2 for 4 in this game. 3-1, and he walks. All right, we have 2 runners on, 1 out. Jody Reed is now the batter. He's been clutch for us before. Let's see if he can do it again. No count, and that's a base hit to right. All right, so Jody Reed pulls through here, scores a run. It is tied at 4. All right. We're gonna bring in Luis Polonia. Right, so Luis Polonia comes in as a pinch hitter to face Jeremy Hernandez. There's 2 runners on. There's only 1 out. A base hit could win the game for us here. 2-0. Grounds it to third. And they get the runner at second base. So there's 2 outs, runners on first and third now. And then Delino De Shields is going to be the next batter. Who do you want to keep Polonia in the game for? All right. 2 on, 2 outs. De Shields the batter. No count to him. Grounds it to... Oh, I think that's an error. No, that's an infield single. And that's a walk-off, so it doesn't matter what we do with Polonia. He gets to go take a shower with everybody else. All right, nice comeback win here for the Expos. We relinquished the lead. We had a 2-0 lead in the game for the longest time. And we won it 5-4 here in extremis in the bottom of the 10th. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Like me, a nice victory like that. All right. Jeff Conine playing in Kansas City in my save. It went 5 for 5 against the Blue Jays. That's a pretty good game. All right, we're going to go ahead and advance until tomorrow. Sadly, the Braves won as well, so we're still a game and a half behind. And so did the Phillies. They're still 2 games behind the Braves, so we're not making any traction despite winning games. Manny Ramirez got hurt in Cleveland. He's out for 6 weeks with a forearm strain, so that's gonna hurt Cleveland. Manny is a pretty good player. All right, so game 2 of the 3-game series here against the Padres. We're going to be facing Pedro Martinez, but it's not Pedro Martinez. There was another Pedro Martinez playing around that time as well. He was a lefty, so that's whom we are facing. We are not facing Hall of Fame Pedro Martinez. So we are going to be sending Hideo Nomo on the mound for that one. So feeling pretty good after a win. Oh, let me check. Let me save first. Let me check here. Okay, there's nothing too crazy going on with our roster. All right, game number 2. Right. So the Padres are going to go with Tony Fernandez leading off, playing shortstop. Leo Gomez is going to be batting second, playing third base. Guillermo Velasquez is going to be batting third. He's playing first base. Mel Hall is going to be batting cleanup, playing in right field. John Roscoe is the catcher again, batting fifth. Sorry, Dan Master is going to be playing in left field. He's going to be batting sixth. Thomas Howard in center field batting 7th, and Ever Magalhaes playing second base, and he's batting 8th. So A-Rod is getting the day off today, which might be good news for us. All right. Usually after a win, I like to keep my lineup intact, so I think I'm gonna go with that lineup for today. And we have our ace on the mound. We have Hideo Nomo. So that should be a pretty good game. Hopefully, we'll see. So of course, go Expos and play ball. All right, top of the first, Tony Fernandez facing Hideo Nomo in game number 2. Full count to him. The LA King save is doing all right. I haven't won the cup yet. It's a challenge, and the challenge is that I need to win the cup within a certain amount of years. So whenever I win the cup, it's going to be over. I'm having good seasons, but I always falter in the playoffs because I crumble with too many injuries. So that's been my story so far. Leo Gomez is next. So Tony Fernandez walked. Again, there's a few players in the game that I really struggle to get out. Greg Jeffries is one of them. Tony Fernandez is another. I cannot seem to get those guys out for whatever reason. All right, Leo Gomez with a runner on first. Nobody out. Sorry. 3-1 to him. Grounds it to first. Oh, that we only get the lead runner at second base. Gomez beats the throw at first. So that's a fielder's choice with 1 out now. Guillermo Velasquez, runner on first, 1-1. And that's gonna be extra bases in left. Yeah, Nomo has been turning it around. In his last start, he threw a complete game shutout against the Reds and had 16 strikeouts. So, yeah. Alright, but he's a little bit in trouble right now. 2 runners in scoring position after that double by Velasquez. So there's only 1 out. Melal is the batter. 1-2 to him. Oh, struck out looking. And now John Roscoe's with 2 outs. 2-2. Struck out looking as well. Oh yeah. Hideo Nomo gets out of trouble here with no damage. Except maybe to the Padres' self-worth. We are going into the bottom of the first with Delino de Shields leading off here against Pedro Martinez. Again, the left-handed Pedro Martinez. Yeah, he's 2-4 this season. Looks like Yeah, it looks like he's been struggling here. Despite a decent control rating, he walked 23 and struck out 26. So hopefully we can take it to him. The Shields, 0-1 to him. That's going to be a base hit to center. Nobody can get to it. A little blooper there. And we have a leadoff single by the Shields. Now John Kruk is next with a runner on first. Nobody out. 2-1. Oh, John Kruk tried to bunt. Everybody is surprised, including me. And that's it to third, and that's going to be a double play. Alright, so John Kruk commits to a double play that he hit at third base, and now Kirby Puckett is the batter. 2-1 to him. That's another base hit to center, so the inning remains alive for the Expos. We have a runner on first and 2 outs, and we have now Charles Johnson leading out. Not leading off, but batting next. No count to him, and that's a base hit to left. Alright. So we have 2 runners on, 2 outs. Ruben Rivera is next. 1-0. That's it to center right. Thomas Howard is there. He catches it for out number 3. The Expos get 3 total base runners and none of them come to score. Those are the kind of statistics at the end of the game that you look at after a loss and you say, yep, we kind of did that to ourselves. Dan Masteller leading off the top of the second for the Padres. Still a scoreless game here at Olympic Stadium. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Thomas Howard next. 2-2 to him. Struck out looking. Wow, Nomu is fooling a lot of batters. They're not even taking swings on those strike threes. Ever Magalhaes now with 2 outs, full count to him. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. And Ken Turbeck is next, or leading off the bottom of the second for us. No count to him. That's it to left. Sadly, Master barely has to move, and that's cut for out number 1. Jeff King is next. 1-2 to him. That's it to right, and that's going to be extra bases all the way into the corner there. And that's a stand-up double for Jeff King. So after 1 out, we have a runner in scoring position. I have Gretzky and Robitaille. I did not resign McSorley. So I still had his rights. The Flyers signed him, so I got their first and third round draft pick. But I do still have Robitaille and Gretzky. Alright, Walt Weiss now the batter with a runner in scoring position. 1 out, 3-0 to Walt Weiss, and he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, so 2 runners on, 1 out for Hideo Nomo. No count, and he tries to bunt and he misses. And he struck out, missing with his bunt again. What? I thought that it... Never mind. But he popped out instead. It was cut by the third baseman. And now there's 2 outs. The runners do not advance. It was a bad bunt. Delino the Shields is the next batter with 2 outs. We need a base hit now. 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, top of the third, Pedro Martinez, the pitcher leading off that inning for the Padres. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Tony Fernandez now with 1 out. 2-2. Grounds it to short. Oh, we got him out. Nope, I traded Bernie Nichols. So what happens is one of my longtime viewers gave me an extra challenge on top of the challenge with the King save, And because the initials of my channel are ARG, I can only sign or acquire players whose first or last initials are AR and G. So Gretzky and Robitaille I get to keep because they have R and G as one of their initials, but Bernie Nichols didn't, so I traded him for Mike Gardner instead, which is a pretty good winger to play on the first line with Gretzky anyway. So yeah. So that's kind of the story behind that. Right, Leo Gomez is leading off. Sorry, he's not leading off. There's 2 outs already. Top of the third, no count to him. And that's popped and cut by Walt Wise. John Kruk leads off the bottom of the third for us. There's still no score here in Montreal. 2-2. That's it to center. Howard is there, catches it for out number 1. Kirby Puckett is next, 1-1 to him. It's gonna fall in La La Land. Yes, it is. That makes it a little bit more interesting. Honestly, I don't know that, but I think that I might have won the cup already if it wasn't for that. I had to get rid of good players just because their initials weren't fitting with that restriction. I still have a pretty decent team. My defense is not great, though, and that's probably my biggest problem. Alright, runner on first, 1 out after that base hit by Kirby Puckett. Charles Johnson is the next batter, 3-0 to him, and he walks on 4 pitches, so we have 2 runners on and 1 out. That's a good opportunity to score some runs here, so let's do that. Ruben Rivera, the next batter, 1-2. Oh, that's a bad pitch. Alright, so now we have 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2 to Rivera. And that's a base hit to right. It's going to score at least 1 run. Yep, 1 run scores. It is 1-0 for the Expos, thanks to a opposite field single by Ruben Rivera. And now we have runners on first and third. 1 out. Kent Herbeck comes in to bat. 1-1 to him. That's it to center. Should be deep enough to score a run, I would think. And it is. That's a sac fly for Kent Herbeck, and we now have a 2-0 lead. Oh, he still is. I tried to. He was a free agent, but I didn't offer enough money. Boston matched the offer. I did try to get Reborg. All right, Jeff King now with a runner on first, 2 outs. No count. Oh, the runner goes. Oh, he's thrown out. Roscoe's get Ruben Rivera out, and that's the end of the inning. It was Kent Herbeck, sorry. So now we have a 2-0 lead, top of the fourth. Guillermo Velasquez is the batter. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Mel Hall is next with 1 out, 1-1. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. John Roscoe is next. No count. He tries to bunt, but he misses. 1-2 now. That's it to left. It has some carry. And it's out of here. It is a 2-1 lead for the Expos now. The lead is cut in half by a solo blast by John Roscoe. Patrick Roy might be a little bit hard to get. I could try to get him, but I'm not sure that I can get him with what I have on the roster right now. 2 outs. Dan Messer is the batter now. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 3. The Padres get on the board as well. It is now 2-1 for the Expos, going into the bottom of the fourth, with Jeff King leading off that inning for us. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Walt Wise is next. Full count. Struck out swinging. That looked like ball 4 to me. Alright, so with 2 outs, Hideo Nomo comes to bat. 0-1. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos go down 1-2-3 in the 4th inning. We are still up 1-1 here in Montreal going into the top of the 5th. Thomas Howard facing Hideo Nomo. No count. That's a base hit to left. And Paul Coffey and Grant Fuhr and Yari Curry. Yeah, the list is long. They had such a good team. Runner on first, nobody out. Ever Magalin is now the batter. No count to him. Oh, the runner goes, and he's safe. Right, that's the 3rd stolen base for Thomas Howard this season. The Padres now have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. 1-0 to Magalhaes. Oh, that's a bad pitch. That's not good. Howard is now at 3rd base. I could try to get Grant Fuhr. Alright, so runner on 3rd, nobody out. Full count to Magalhaes. That's it to left. Oh, it falls right in front of Ruben Rivera. We have a tied game. It is now 2-2. Runner on first, nobody out for Pedro Martinez. 0-1, I'm sure he's bunting, and he is. And he's thrown out at first. That's a sacrifice. The Padres have a runner in scoring position again. With 1 out, Tony Fernandez is the batter. No count to him. Grounds it to first. And Urbeck takes it to first himself. That's out number 2. There's a runner on 3rd. Now on the play. And 2 outs for Leo Gomez, 2-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, so the Padres managed to tie the game, but Hideo Nomo gets out of the jam with a strikeout. We are going into the bottom of the 5th, tied at 2. Delino De Shields is now the batter. 1-2. It's a 2. That's cut by the shortstop. Fernandez, that's out number 1. John Kruk is next. 1-2. That's a opposite field base hit here. So that's a single to left for John Kruk. So runner on first, 1 out for Kirby Puckett. No count to him. That's it. Weakly and cut by the second baseman Magalhaes. Sorry. So there's 2 outs now, runner on first, and we have Charles Johnson at the plate. 1-0 to him. Oh, that's it really well. Is that a home run? No, I don't think so. That was it right on the fence, though, so that's a double. I already have Alexander McGillney. So yes, he's available, and yes, I have him on the team. Alright, so we have 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Ruben Rivera is the batter. A base hit would be fantastic here. 1-2. Struck out swinging. That is not that fantastic. And we still have a tied game. Top of the 6th here. Guillermo Velasquez leads off the 6th for the Padres. 1-1 to him. And that's a base hit to left. Padres gets a base runner to lead off the inning in the 6th. Mel Hall is now going to be the batter with a runner on first. No count to him. That's a liner to the Shields. That's cut. That's out number 1. John Roscoe is next. 2-0 to him. Grounds it to short. And that's a double play. Alright, we get out of the 6th with a nice double play. Going into the bottom of the 6th. Ken Turbic leads off that inning for us. 0-1. Oh, that's popped to the shortstop. And Tony Fernandez is there to catch it. That's out number 1. Jeff King is next. 2-2. And he struck out looking. Walt Weiss is next. 0-1. Grounds it to 3rd. and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Top of the 7th. Let's see here. Dan Master leading off the top of the 7th. We're still deadlocked at 2 here. 2-2. Grounds it to the second baseman, and the Shields boots it. That's an error, so runner on first, nobody out. Thomas Howard is next. 1-1. Tries to bunt but misses. 1-2 now. Grounds it to first, and we only get him out at first. So there's 1 out. The runner makes it to second base on the play. The Padres have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Ever Magallanes is the next batter. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to the catcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. A-Rod comes in as a pinch hitter. There's a runner on third. 2 outs. 1-2. Struck out looking. Oh. All right. Oh, former Montreal Expo here is on the mound for the Padres. Jim Day is now a Padres, or a Padre. So he's on the mound for the Padres. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, I think we are going to bring in a pinch hitter. All right, let's do Reed. Right, Jody Reed comes in as a pinch hitter to face Jim Day. 1-2. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Delino the Shields is next. 3-1 to him. And he walks. All right. We have wheels. Hopefully the wheels don't get caught stealing. John Kruk now, runner on first, 1 out, 0-2. Oh, the pitch out, and there it is. Uh-oh, the Shields is hurt. Okay, he can't stay in the game. 2 outs now, nobody on. 2-2 for John Kruk, and he struck out looking. Ugh. Right, who are we bringing in here? We're facing a switch hitter, a righty, and a lefty. Cerruti? Let's do Cerruti. You know what? The Shields is having a tough game, so I'm gonna keep Jody Reed in. The Shields had that error, and then he got cut stealing, so there you go. Tony Fernandez, first one to face Cerruti in the top of the 8. We are still deadlocked at 2. 1-0. Flies it to left. That's cut by Rivera for out number 1. Leo Gomez is next. 1-2. Struck out looking. Alright. Guillermo Velasquez is next with 2 outs now. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to second. Jody Reed with the throw. That's out number 3. There you go. The Padres go down in order in the top of the 8. I'm trying to give Jody Reed some time in the game, really. He's starter material, but I don't really have a spot for him in the lineup. So that's kind of my way of giving him some playing time, really. But and since the Shields was struggling in that game, it felt like a good time to do it. I'm not really punishing the Shields per se, but it's more trying to give Reed some playing time. Alright, Jim Day is still on the mound for the Padres. Kirby Puckett is leading off the bottom of the 8th for us. 1-0. Still 2-2 here at Olympic Stadium. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Charles Johnson is next. No count. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Man, I wish Dea was pitching like that when he was playing for me. Ruben Rivera now with 2 outs, 2-0. Oh, that's it on the fence. We missed the home run by just a few inches. Alright, so that's a double for Rivera. So runner on second base, 2 outs. Kenterbeck is the batter. He has some pop against lefties. I like that. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 3. Alright, still tied at 2 going into the top of the 9th. I'm gonna keep Cerruti on. He has some stamina and he only pitched 10 pitches. Alright. Plus I'm facing at least 2 lefties in that inning. Mellor first for the top of the 9th. 1-0. Flies it to left. Rivera's there, catches it for out number 1. John Roscoe's is next. 1-1 to him. That's a liner to Jody Reed, and that's out number 2. Then Dan Mastetter with 2 outs. 1-0. Oh, that's it to right, but right, it had some power to it, but it was right at John Kruk for out number 3. Bottom of the 9th, we are again in a situation where next run wins, basically. Day is still on the mound for the Padres. Jeff King is the batter. He's 1 for 3 today. Full count. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, now we have Walt Weiss, who's 0 for 2. I think I'm going to pinch it for Weiss. Let's do Johnny Nutt. Alright, runner on first, nobody out. Johnny Nutt coming in as a pinch hitter for Walt Weiss. 1-2. Grounds it to third. That's a double play. No! My strategy didn't work. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 9th. Jody Reed is next. 1-0 to him. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, I'm gonna bring in, I guess, Russ McGinnis. As a pinch hitter. Alright, Day still on the mound. Runner on the first 2 outs. Russ McGinnis comes in as a pinch hitter. No count to him. That's it weakly to center. That's cut by Howard for out number 3. Well, we have extra baseball again for the second game in a row. Alright, top of the 10th. Who should I bring? Yeah. As fans of the game, that's how we see it. McLean or Terrell. Let's do McLean first. Or you know what? No, let's do Terrell. Let's do Terrell for now. Oh yeah, that's true. Now I don't have a shortstop. Johnny Nutt can play shortstop. No, he cannot. He can play second base. So we're gonna put Johnny Nutt at second base and Jody Reed at shortstop. How about that? There you go. And we have Walt Terrell on the mound. Thomas Howard leading off the top of the 10th for the Padres. Full count to him. And he walks. Alright, that's not good. Allowing a free base runner to lead off the extra innings. I don't like it. Ever Magallanes is next. Runner on first. Full count to him as well. And he walks as well. Yikes. Alright, well, I've never seen a triple play in 10 years playing this game. Over 10 years playing this game. So now would be a great time for my first time. Oscar Azokar comes in as a pinch hitter. 2 runners on, nobody out. No count to him. Grounds it to first. And we only get the runner out at second base. So there's 1 out, runners on the extremities now. And Tony Fernandez is the batter, 0-1. The runner goes, there's no throw. So 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. 1-2 to Fernandez. That's it to center, that's a base hit, yikes. And that scores 2 runs. It is 4-2 for the Padres now. And there's still only 1 out. Runner on first. Leo Gomez, the batter now. No count. The runner goes, and he's safe. That's the 4th stolen base of the season for Fernandez. Now there's a runner in scoring position. 1 out. 1-0. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. Now we need to get Guillermo Velasquez out. 1-1. Oh. That's a 2-run blast. That's 6-2 now. Yeah, that's going to be difficult to come back in that one. Mel All now with 2 outs, 1-1. Walt Terrell had been pretty good for me up until this game. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, the Padres put 4 runs on the board in inning number 10. We are going into the bottom of the 10th. We're down 4. Scott Sanders comes in as in relief for the Padres. John Kruk is the first one to face him. 1-2. Ugh, struck out looking. You're killing me, John. Kirby Puckett is next. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Man. At least he swung. Charles Johnson now. 2 outs. That's our last out. 0-1. And that's it really weakly. And that's cut by Magallanes for out number 3. We drop game number 2 of the series against the Padres 6-2 in extra frames. Whew. Alright. Gonna go ahead and finish today. Yeah, Walt Terrell, boo, for real. Oh, we lost. Russ McGinnis was sent to AAA, and Tim Laker got recalled. Tim Laker was a Expo player for a while in real life. So now we have an actual, backup catcher. Pretty decent defense. Can play some first base. Not too bad of a catcher. Not a great bat, obviously. I'm not expecting that for most catchers. So, yeah, Tim Laker, I believe that's gonna be his MLB debut. Oh, am I seeing right for the other news? Rafael Palmeiro's season is over with the Mets. Torn PCL. He will miss 7 months. Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, he's a pretty good runner for a catcher. You are absolutely right. I mean, not bad. I mean, for your backup catcher, you want somebody that's good defensively anyway. You don't expect, like, you know, Mike Piazza type of offense. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. All right, so we lost a game of baseball against the Padres, and now we are going to be playing game number 3. Wow, that's a big blow for the Mets, losing Rafael Palmeiro for the rest of the season. All right, so looks like the Phillies lost as well, but the Braves won, so we slid now to 2.5 games behind. We cannot lose. Apparently, we are in a very tough division. All right, so for game number 3, final game of the 3-game series, we are going to be facing Andy Benes. Yeah, it looks like a tough matchup. You are correct. Andy Benes is 4-3 this season, but he's pretty good. Like, the rest of his stats look pretty good. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy matchup for sure. Tomko did get his first win in his last start, pitched decently. But yeah, we're going to need for our offense to show up for this one. Do you want to change somebody before the game? Let's see here. Yeah, let's. Since Benes is a right-hander and he's pretty good, I'm gonna try to optimize my lineup with more left-handed bats, even though one of them is technically Walt Weiss as a switch hitter. Oh, Alright, let's give it a shot like this and see what happens. Alright, the Padres are going to go with Bobby Benjamin playing left field. He's going to be batting first. Leo Gomez is going to be batting second. A-Rod is back in the lineup playing shortstop, batting third. Guillermo Velasquez is batting fourth, playing first base. Mel Hall in right field, batting fifth. Ever Magallan is playing second base and batting sixth. Thomas Howard is still in center field, batting seventh. And Eric Pappas is going to be playing catcher today and batting eighth. Go Expos, I believe in you! And play ball. Right, Brett Tomko facing Bobby Benjamin. In the top of the first, no count. Oh, he tries to bunt, but he misses. 2-2 now. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett is there. That's out number 1. Alright, batting next is Leo Gomez. 0-2 to him. Oh, and he struck out. Alright. 2 outs now for A-Rod. No count to him. Oh, that's it. Weekly The Shields is there. That's out number 3. All right, the Padres go down in order in the top of the first. Going into the bottom of the first, we are going to have our work cut out for us facing Andy Benes. The Shields is going to lead off for us 1 and 2. Strikeout swinging. Luis Polonia is next, 1 and 2. Strikeout swinging. Oh. At least we're consistent. Kirby Puckett is next with 2 outs, no count to him. Grounds it to short. A-Rod with the throw, that's out number 3. The Expos also go down 1-2-3 in inning number 1. Going into the top of the second, there's still no score here in Montreal. Guillermo Velasquez leading off the second for the Padres, 1 and 2 to him. Struck out swinging. Mel All now, 1 and 1 to him. That's it really well. All the way to center left, all the way to the fence. That's extra bases. That's a double there for Mel Hall. So the Padres have a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Ever Magallanes is the next batter, 0-1 to him. Grounds it to first. Urbeck takes it himself. That's out number 2. On the play, the runner makes it to third base, but there's 2 outs now. So the Padres need a base hit from Thomas Howard. No count. And that's a base hit to right. So that's going to score a run. It is 1-0 for the Padres. So runner on first, 2 outs. Eric Pappas is next, 2 and 2. Grounds it to second. The Shields with the throw, that's out number 3. The Padres strike first thanks to a single by Thomas Howard. It is 1-0 Padres going into the bottom of the second. Kent Urbeck facing off against Andy Benes. No count. That's it weakly to left. And that's cut by Benjamin for out number 1. John Kruk now, 1-0 to him. That's it weakly as well. Magallanes is there, catches it for out number 2. We have not hit a ball with any kind of authority so far. Charles Johnson now with 2 outs, 2-1 to him. That's it to center, but pretty much right at Thomas Howard for out number 3. The Expos are clueless against Andy Benes for a second inning in a row. Going into the top of the third, we are down 1 here with Andy Benes leading off that inning. Oh, he already has a home run. No count. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Bobby Benjamin is next, 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. All right. 2 outs now. Leo Gomez is next, 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. All right. That's the end of the... We are going into the bottom of the third. Still down 1. Jeff King leading off against Andy Benes. No count. That's a base hit to center. All right, so Jeff King pulls through with a base hit. We have a base runner. Nobody out. Walt Weiss is the batter. 0-2. And he struck out swinging. Yikes. Now we have Tomko, who is going to be bunting. 1-1. That's a bunt. That's a sacrifice hit. So now we have a runner in scoring position. There's 2 outs. We need a base hit from Delino the Shields to score the run. 2-2 to the Shields. And he struck out swinging. Alright, the Expos leave a runner in scoring position. We are going into the top of the fourth. We're still down 1-0. A-Rod leading off the fourth for the Padres. No count to him. That's it really well, all the way to the fence in center field. That's going to be a stand-up double for A-Rod. So lead-off double for the Padres. And now Guillermo Velasquez is the next batter. No count to him. That's a base hit to right. A-Rod scores on the play. It is an RBI single by Velasquez. it is now 2-0 for the Padres. There are still no outs. Runner on first. Mel Hall is the next batter. 2-2 to him. That's it to left. Polonia's there. Catches it for out number 1. Magallanes is next. 0-1. That's it to right, but not very deep. John Kruk is there. Catches it for out number 2. Thomas Howard now with 2 outs. No count. And that's a base hit to right. And we nailed the runner at third. One thing that I did forget to do at the start of the stream is to go and check at the injuries for the Padres, and they have Tony Gwynn that's hurt. That's why he's not playing. He's out for a couple months, I think, or a couple weeks. I don't quite remember, but he's out. So I did forget to do that before the stream. Go and check at the injuries for the Padres. All right, Andy Bennett still on the mound, of course, for the Padres. We're down 2-0 now. Luis Polonia leading off the bottom of the 4th for us. 1-0. That's a base hit down the line in left. And that's a double for Luis Polonia. So now we have a leadoff double of our own. Let's see if we can push the runner across the score. Kirby Puckett now with runner in scoring position and nobody out. 0-1. That's it to center. That's cut by Howard. Not deep enough. We're not going for third base, so that's a wasted out. Ken Turbeck is next. 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Right, so 2 on, 1 out. John Kruk is the next batter. 1-2. That's it to center. Oh, what a diving catch there by Thomas Howard. There's 2 outs. We need a base hit by Charles Johnson. Come on, buddy. 1-2. And that's it to right. But Mel Hall is there. That's out number 3. So we had 2 runners on, and we did not manage to score. Heck, we had a leadoff double, and the runner didn't even advance in the inning. We're still down 2-0, top of the 5th. Eric Pappas leads off that inning for the Padres, 2-1 to him. And that's it to right for a base hit, right in front of John Kruk. Right, runner on first, nobody out. Andy Bennett is the next batter, 1-0. And he tries to bunt and misses. 2-1 now. And he manages to bunt. That's a sacrifice hit. So runner in scoring position, 1 out. Bobby Benjamin is the next batter. Full count. And he walks. Leo Gomez is next. 2 on, 1 out. 0-2. That's it to right. John Kruk after it. But it's out of here. That's 5-0 now. Yikes. Against Andy Bennett, it's going to be a tall order to come back. Oh, let's see. I'm going to try to have him finish the inning. A-Rod is next. 1-2. 1 out. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Guillermo Velasquez is next. 1-2. Grounds it to short. And he's also thrown out at first for out number 3. A little bit of a tough inning here for Brett Tomko. He allowed a 3-run blast. It is now 5-0 for the Padres. Jeff King leading off the bottom of the 5th for us. 2-1. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's going to be an error. And on the plate, Jeff King makes it to second base. Right, Walt Weiss is next. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. 1-2. Grounds it to second. Thrown out at first on the plate. King makes it to third base. There's 1 out. I'm gonna pinch it. I guess we're gonna use Barbary, I suppose. Right, runner on third, 1 out. Barbary comes in as a pinch hitter. 0-1. Oh, that's a bad pitch. That's a free run. Thank you. 5-1. 1-2 to Barbary now. It's it to center. Oh, that's above Thomas Howard's head. Barbary makes it to second base on the play. That's a double. All right, so 1 out double for Barbary. 1 out. Delino de Shields is the batter. No count. That's it to left, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Barbary rounds third, he goes home. That's a single, RBI single for Delino de Shields. It is now 5-2. With 1 out, Luis Polonia now, runner on first. 2-1. Grounds it to short, and that's another error by A-Rod. Wow. You take what they give you. Alright, so 2 on, 1 out. Kirby Puckett is next. 1-2. That's it to right. That's going to be extra bases. All the way to the fence. That's a double. Wow, look at it only scored 1 run. I know that technically probably everybody should have scored on that, but yeah, because of the graphical representation, it looked a little funky. Alright, it is a double for Kirby Puckett. It is 5-3 now, and we have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out still. Kent Herbeck is next, 0-1. That's it weakly. That's going to be cut by the first baseman. And there's 2 outs now. 2 runners in scoring position. John Kruk is next, 0-2. Ugh, John Kruk didn't see the ball because of his mullet. And it is 5-3. That's the 3rd out. We did score 3 runs against Andy Bennis. We came to within 2. I'm going to bring in Michael McLean this time. Oh, maybe not. We're facing a bunch of lefties. Am I bringing Cerruti again? I guess so. Alright, Mel All to face Cerruti. 3-1. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett is there. That's out number 1. Ever Magallanes is next. No count. Grounds it to the shortstop, and that is out number 2. Thomas Howard now with 2 outs. 0-2. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw. That's out number 3. All right. Cerruti with a really good inning here. We're going into the bottom of the 6th. We're still down 2. Charles Johnson leading off against Andy Bennis. Full count. Oh, that was ball 4, man. All right. That's a fly out to left. 1 out for Jeff King. 1-0. That was a ball as well. That's cut by the second baseman Magallanes. That's out number 2. Walt Weiss is next. 3-1. Oh, he managed to not swing at the ball. That's a walk. So a two out walk for Walt Weiss. There's 2 outs. I'm gonna bring in a pinch hitter. Probably Johnny Nutt. Man, we need for Johnny Nutt to wake up offensively a little bit. It's been a little bit tougher for his bat this season. Johnny Nutt with 2 outs, runner on first, 2-0. That's it to left. Oh, that's cut by Benjamin, sliding with his back to home plate. That's out number 3. Ugh. I think I'm gonna bring in Ota or McLean. Gonna bring in Ota. Alright, Eric Pappas leading off the top of the 7th. We're down 5-3 here at Olympic Stadium. Katsumasa Ota is our pitcher now. 2-0. Oh, that's a base hit to right. That's going to be extra bases too. That's a leadoff double for the Padres. And now Andy Bennis remains in the game. He's going to be batting, or bunting, I should say. Alright, and that's a sacrifice hit. Now the runner is on third. There's only one out, so a deep fly ball somewhere should score the run. Bobby Benjamin is the batter, 1-0. And that's a base hit to right, and that's going to be extra bases. That scores the run. It is now 6-3 for the Padres, and that's a double for Benjamin. And there's one out for Leo Gomez. No count. That's it to left. Polonia's after it. Catches it for out number 2. Alright, so A-Rod is next. 2 outs, runner in scoring position, 0-1. And that's a base hit to left. Is it gonna score a run? Yes, it does. It is now 7-3 for the Padres. It is getting a little late in the game to be allowing those kind of runs. Guillermo Velasquez is next, runner on first, 2 outs, 1-1. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at. We get the lead runner at second base. Sorry. That's the end of the inning. The Padres added 2 more runs to their lead. It is 7-3 now for the Padres. Andy Bennis still on the mound. Delino De Shields leading off the bottom of the 7th for us. 1-1 to him. It's it to left, and that's going to be a base hit. And that's a double. Alright, so leadoff double for the Expos. Luis Polonia is next, 1-2. That's it to right, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. The Shield scores on the play, and Polonia advances to second base on the play, so it is now 7-4. The Expos refuse to die. Expos never die. Alright, bottom of the 7th, still nobody out. Kirby Puckett is the batter, 0-2. He struck out swinging. Ken Terbeck is next, runner on first. Runner on second base, 1 out. Full count. Oh, that's a balk. They called a balk on Andy Bennis. So now we have a runner on third base. Full count to Herbeck. Oh, that's popped to the third baseman, Gomez, for out number 2. Now we need a base hit from John Kruk, who's 0 for 3. Come on, you're due, man. 2-1. That's it to left, and that's cut by Benjamin for out number 3. The Expos claw back a tiny bit in the lead. It is now 7-4. Going into the top of the 8th. Alright, Ota didn't pitch very well. What do I want to do with that? Alright, we'll see. Mel All is leading off the 8th, 1-1 to him. That's it to right. That's cut by Kruk for out number 1. That brings up Magallanes next. Full count. Struck out swinging. Right, Thomas Howard now with 2 outs. 0-1 to him. And that's it weekly. And Ken Terbeck is there. Catches it for out number 3. Alright. Perfect inning for Ota. We are going into the bottom of the 8th. Andy Bennis is still on the mound for the Padres. Charles Johnson leads off the bottom of the 8th for us. 0-2. Struck out looking. Oh, another former Expo. He was not with us for very long, but the Padres are bringing in a reliever. Jeff Robinson played something like 10 games with us last season. Gonna be facing off against Jeff King. 1 out, 0-1. grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Walt twice with 2 outs. He's 0 for 2. Oof. Yeah. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go with him. 3-1. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 3. All right, we're still down 3 going into the top of the 9th. Eric Pappas leads off the 9th for the Padres. Full count to him. We'll see if Ota is able to pitch another inning. Flies it to Crock and right, and that's out number 1. Dan Mastetter comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-0 to him. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, another one of those, and I'm pulling the plug on Ota. Bobby Benjamin is next, runner on first, 1 out. Full count to him. Struck out looking. Leo Gomez now with 2 outs, runner on first, 0-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, that works. Alright. Jeremy Hernandez comes in a save situation. Bottom of the 9th, we need at least 3 runs. I mean, why not? We went into extra frames for the first 2 games of the series, so feels just natural that we should do it with game number 3 as well, right? Alright, we're gonna have Ruben Rivera bat for Ota. Full count. Oh, that's an infield single. Alright, perfect. What? I thought it was an infield single. It had like that weird animation that usually means it's an infield single. Well, I guess not. Alright, so that's 1 out. Delino the Shields is the next batter. 1 out, 2-1. That was a bad pitch to swing at. That's out number 2. Alright, last out is Luis Polonia. 2-2. And that's out number 3. A little weak fly ball cut by the second baseman. So we dropped 2 out of 3 against the Padres. That's not good enough. We should have at least won 2 of the 3 games. Alright, so we still have a pretty good record, but we're in a really tough division. We cannot afford to be losing games like this. And the next series is going to be really tough. It's going to be against the Dodgers. Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish today. Oh, we lost Michael McLean, so he got called up and we didn't even use him. That's because John Doris served his suspension. And no comeback this season for Doug Drabeck. So Doug Drabeck's season is also over. He's now with the Tigers. Torn rotator cuff. 13 months. Wow, it's going to be more than a year before he comes back. I'm going to go ahead and save. See what's what. Look here. Oh, a lot happened. All right, we're gonna put John Doris back as a middle reliever here. Oh, all right. So we're 3 games and a half behind now. So the Braves won again. So it's still early in the year. Let's not panic. But I'm looking at that 3-game series against the Dodgers coming, and I'm like, oh, that's not gonna be easy. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Hey, we never know. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for today. As usual, I want to thank you for tuning in. Special thanks to Gerald Nollet, who contributed some thoughts on lineups and whatnot. as usual. And if you're watching this on YouTube at a later time and that you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.